Hey guys, welcome to HDFS 3900 Prenatal and Infant Development here at the University of Georgia. I am lucky enough to be your instructor this semester, Anjanette Russell. So I'm going to introduce myself and then we will go over the syllabus so you know what to expect if you're able to take this class this semester. My name is Anjanette Russell. I have worked at the University of Georgia since 2006. I graduated from the University of Georgia in 2005. Back then it was called Child and Family Development, but same department, Human Development and Family Science. I loved it. I was fortunate enough to get a job here teaching Head Start, and I did that for 2 years. And then Head Start left the university, and then I switched over to a tuition-based classroom here at the CDL, where I've been ever since. I taught the 3-year-olds for a year, and then they moved me to young toddlers in 2009, and that's where I've been ever since. This is my second semester teaching this class. I'm super excited about everything we're gonna get to learn and go through, and I think it's gonna be a wonderful experience. I'm sorry that I am not able to be in the classroom with you guys in a traditional setting, but as you know, due to COVID-19, the Child Development Lab is trying to take every precaution possible so that our students are safe that come into the classrooms, our families are safe. So I didn't think it would be fair to make you have to come to class if I'm not going to be there. So we are doing this 100% virtually. Thank you for allowing me to be your instructor this semester. And yeah, that's a little bit about my background history. I ended up getting my master's from UGA to teach pre-K through 5th grade. I did that and graduated in 2011. I've thought about going into the public school system, but that's just something that I don't really want to do right now. There's lots of amazing things that the public school system has to offer, but I really enjoy being in the same building as my son, Jacob, who has gone all the way through the Child Development Lab. He started in the infant room. He's now in the preschool classroom. And then he's going to be 4 in September. I'll talk a lot about him. And then I have a daughter, Rochelle, who is 7. And she also was able to go through the entire program at the CDL from infant all the way to the preschool classroom. So yeah, it's a great program and I love that I work here. So that's a little about me. I've been married since 2006 also, so I got married right before I got the job here. We're happily married, yay. We've survived the pandemic of being at home, so that was really intense and crazy. I'll talk a lot about the whole pandemic aspect and having to shelter in place during this class because it really gave me a lot of insight into what it's like for families to really kind of their norm to be ripped apart and just out of the blue, hey, you can no longer take your child to school, you can no longer go to work, this is your new normal and this is how you're going to function, and that type of thing. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, and now we will go into the syllabus in detail. If you have any questions or if you don't understand something, please email me, and you can find my email on the syllabus that is also uploaded to ELC as well. So yes, no question is dumb, email me. I try to respond within 24 hours. If for some reason I don't and it's been 24 hours, please email me again, okay? Maybe I lost it, it's lost in the mix, something happened. So yeah, I try to be pretty responsive with that. So yeah, all right, let's get started. So here is our syllabus. Ta-da, looks so fancy. I printed it off because I would be like, I'm gonna forget something. So I have it here as my cheat sheet. As you can see, instructor, my office number, email address, super important, adsmith@uga.edu. Office hours are by appointment, and we would do that via Zoom. So that way, to keep everybody safe and everything. We have a teaching assistant this year. Yay, Mr. Bill. We're super excited about having him. And his email is also there. And also his office hours are by appointment and via Zoom as well. So course description, growth and development from conception to the 3rd year of life, guidance on infants and toddlers within family and group care settings. So yeah, I'm super excited about being your instructor. I'm very open with all of my personal stories, all of my teaching stories. The students that took my class last semester in the spring were very responsive to all the stories that I told, and they're like, that was the most interesting part, was listening to your stories. I'll give it to you like it is, the real facts. I don't sugarcoat stuff. You're gonna learn a lot. That's my goal. We're gonna laugh together, we're gonna cry together. There might be some things that you find very shocking and surprising, and that's okay. That's what we're here for, right? To learn. Like I said, the class will be virtual to protect the health of students and faculty members. So a meeting place is wherever you have access to internet. This is going to be an asynchronous class, which means that I will upload the videos to ELC, and then you have time to watch them in your own time, whether that's 1 o'clock in the morning, whether that's 1 o'clock in the middle of the night, whenever it's convenient for you. You will be able to watch the lecture videos and access the PowerPoints that go along with that. So hopefully that's okay with you. If for some reason that does not work for you, but you still want to take this class, shoot me an email and we'll try to figure out something that we can do. And if you realize, no, I really need a class where we meet in person, I can't do this virtually, then this class for this semester might not be the best fit for you. And if that's the case, I totally understand. There's no hard feelings. You've got to do what's right for you, okay? So there's the list of objectives. I'm not going to go over that because you guys are adults and you can read this on your own. I'm going to go over the points that might be a little confusing or you need a little bit more information on. So the learning environment, I want to create a hands-on learning environment, but doing that via virtually, right? So you're kind of like, well, what does that look like? Well, I expect before you watch the lecture to a corresponding chapter, I expect for you to have already read that chapter, right? Because I'm going to talk about points in the chapter that the book hits on. And if you haven't read it, you might be like, what is she talking about, right? So for us to all be on the same page, read the chapter and then watch the corresponding lecture that goes with that chapter, and then you can check out the PowerPoint as well. I'll do some referring to the PowerPoint, but I'm going to try to make the PowerPoints as easily understandable as possible, with adding extra notes in there and everything like that for you guys, okay? So yeah, it's going to be great. Let's see. So class preparation, like I said, before you watch the lecture, read the chapter, right? Pretty easy enough. If you have an issue with internet connectivity, I know it's hard to send an email if you don't have internet, but try to find Wi-Fi either where you live or at school, something, and try to shoot me an email that way and let me know, okay? So technology, you're gonna need some type of either computer, laptop, tablet, iPad. I think something bigger than a cell phone, just because we are going to have discussion posts on ELC that you're going to have to participate in. You're going to have to watch the lectures. I think it's better to have a bigger screen so you can see more, especially with the PowerPoints as well that are going to be uploaded. There's going to be a midterm and a final that you will also take via ELC. So I think that would be really hard to do on, you know, a cell phone and that type of thing. So a computer or laptop or some type of bigger tablet, if you have that, would be necessary for this class. If you do not have access to one of those things, please let me know and we'll see what we can figure out, okay? So reading, there are going to be assigned chapter readings, which there's a whole printout sheet of that that's on the very last page of your syllabus. So you'll be able to see that as to when you should read the chapter, and then what else is it, what other additional readings are expected for you to read. There's 4 different additional readings that have been assigned for this semester, and then those will then go into more depth, and you'll actually be writing a position paper on those readings as well, which don't freak out, it's gonna be okay. So talking more about the readings, you got the chapter, right? Infancy development from birth to age 3. Hopefully it's at the bookstore. If you have an issue with getting that, let me know, okay? And we can kind push some of the dates back a little bit if we need to. And then there's 4 additional readings. So there's one article we're going to read about breastfeeding, one about SIDS and co-sleeping, one about spanking and child development, and another one about maternity and paternity leave. So to me, those are really good topics for us to kind of delve a little deeper into, and for me to just hear what you guys have to say about these. You don't have to agree with what I say, you don't have to agree with the article says, but I just want to hear your input and like how you feel about breastfeeding. And so there will be 4 corresponding position papers to go with each article. So one paper you'll write about breastfeeding, one paper you'll write about SIDS and co-sleeping, one paper will be about spanking and child development, and the other paper will be about maternity and paternity leave. Don't freak out about the position papers because they're not worth a lot. I just want to have this to see what you guys think, what you feel, what you understand, what you took from the article, those type of things, okay? I know a lot of students are like, they hear the word paper and they run. They're like, I don't want that. So don't freak out, okay? It's gonna be okay, I promise. All right, and then, so as you know, with attendance, there's not gonna be attendance, right? Because we're not in class. However, I will be able to see how active you are on ELC. So if it's the end of the semester and you're like, oh, my grade's borderline, maybe she'll push me up, that's not gonna happen, right? Because you are in control of your grade, right? You are in 100% control of the grade you make in this class. I have faith that you will get an A, but you've gotta put forth the effort to get that A, right? So yeah, you don't have to come to class, that is not required, but you do need to be very active on our ELC page, okay? And you can send me messages via ELC, you can post, we're gonna have discussion board post on ELC, but that is your responsibility and that will count towards your grade, okay? There is gonna be a syllabus quiz for everyone to take, and this is just an understanding of, hey, I saw the syllabus, I understand it, there's gonna be a couple questions. Before you can do anything else with this class, you have to take the syllabus quiz. So if you don't take the syllabus quiz, you will not have any other access to the following chapter quizzes, okay? There will be 12 chapter quizzes. We're gonna go through this entire book this semester, so it's gonna fly by. Like I said, you're gonna learn so much. And each chapter quiz, it's gonna have a due date, right? Before that due date, you have 3 opportunities to take that quiz, right? So say you take it the first time and you get an 80 and you're like, oh, I really want 100, you know? Say you take it the second time and you get an 80 again. You've got one more chance to get that 100. And if your 3rd grade is an 80 also, then that's your final grade for that quiz. Each quiz is set up the same way where you'll have 3 opportunities to take it. If you get 100 on the first try, obviously you don't need to take the quiz again, right? I mean, you could, but I think that'd be kind of a waste of time. So, and then at the end of the semester, your lowest quiz grade is dropped. So say you've had a crazy week, you're busy at work, everything, you've got all these papers due, and you're like, oh, smack, I forgot to take the quiz. Don't freak out, that'll be your lowest quiz grade. It'll be a 0, but it'll be dropped, okay? But if you get 4 zeros, we're only gonna drop 1 0, okay? Sound good? All right. So normally, a large part of this class of HDFS 3900 is students actually coming to the child development lab and doing observations in the infant, young toddler, and older toddler classroom. Due to COVID-19 and the restrictions, students are not allowed within the building this year. So this is what, for this semester, so this is what we're gonna do. And let me know if you have an issue with this. You can send me an email once again. We are going to have you guys watch the Babies series on Netflix. If you don't have access to Netflix, let me know and we will figure something out. But you will pick 3 different episodes of your choice from the Babies series. It doesn't have to be in the same order. It can be, one can be about sleeping, one can be about breastfeeding, one can be about cognitive development. It doesn't matter, right? Pick whatever 3 interest you, and after watching each episode, you're gonna write a little short summary about that episode, like no more than a page. What are your thoughts? What did you find interesting? That type of stuff. There's more information within the syllabus about that, so you can look at that. And then the same thing with the young toddlers. So instead of coming to the classroom, I'm gonna upload videos of our children interacting in the classroom, and you'll watch those. You'll be required to watch those and then submit a summary, once again, about what you found interesting, were the children respectful to each other, what did you think was crazy, mind-blowing, anything, right? Once again, one-page summary. And the same for older toddlers, right? So there'll be 3 older toddler videos that you watch as well. And so you'll have a summary for each video. So when we're done with this, you will have a total of 9 summaries. 3 for the babies, episodes on Netflix, 3 for the young toddler videos, and 3 for the older toddler videos. This is a large part of your grade, because I feel that this part is really important as to where, hey, you really get to see what is happening, right? I've watched the entire baby series on Netflix from when it came out during the quarantine thing, and that was a part of our work responsibility, and I was like, this is phenomenal. So like I said, I hope you can find 3 episodes that interest you and watch those. Late assignments. So things are gonna be a little bit different this year. If it's less than 24 hours late with a paper that you're turning in or something to that effect, you'll lose 3 points right off the bat. If it's more than 24 hours late, you'll receive half credit at most, okay? So I'm trying to be a little bit more lenient because things happen, things go crazy, people lose internet connections, storms come up, all that stuff, okay? So I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of leeway this semester with that. And if it's more than a week late, you will get 0 credit. So try not to fall in that category, okay? And if you have something come up, like say you have a grandmother that's really sick and something happens with her and you need to go take care of her or be with her, shoot me an email, let me know. If you tell me on the front end, I can be way more understanding than you telling me on the back end, okay? I try to work with students. I know we're all living in uncertain times right now. I don't know what you have going on in your lives. Luckily, you'll find out what's going on in my life because I'm pretty much an open book and I tell everything. So there are no secrets when it comes to me. But yeah, let me know what's going on and then I can help you out, okay? There will be 2 exams. Both will be given via ELC. For the midterm, you will have the standard hour and 15 minutes to take the exam. That's how much is normally in a class time setting. That's how much time you'll be given. And the questions will consist of matching true, false, and multiple choice, okay? There's no essay or anything like that because to me that's a lot to cram into an hour and 15 minutes. And for the final, you'll have the full 3 hours because that's what's given for in class. The final will not be cumulative, so the midterm will be from where we start until the midterm, and the final will be from the midterm to the final, okay? Because in my opinion, once I've tested you once, I don't need to test you again, right? If you know it, you know it, that type of thing. Then you can check out the grading point system. So the syllabus quiz is worth 10 points. The textbooks quizzes, there's 11 because we dropped one. Remember, we dropped the lowest one. So that's 220 points. The child observation reports, there's 9 of them, and those are each 10 points each. The exams, there's 2 exams, each at 150 points, so that's 300 points. And then there's 4 position papers, and each one of those is 20 points each. And then your participation on ELC is worth 100 points, right? So writing discussions, that type of thing. The discussions will mainly consist of, after you watch the lecture video, somewhere within that video, I will have a question, and I will ask this question. And you will then go on the discussion board and type your response to that question. So if you don't watch the lecture video, you're not going to know what the question is. So watch the lecture video, then you can hear the question, then you can write your response. It's easy points. You can do it. I've got faith in you. So that's for a total of 800 points. So we are on A minus, B plus, B minus, that type of thing. If you do your work, you will get an A in this class. I promise you. Before the midterm, you will get a detailed study guide. Before the final, you will get a detailed study guide. If you complete those study guides, you will get an A on the midterm and an A on the final. No questions asked. If you take those study guides and you don't look at them or print them off and then put them in your book bag or put them on the coffee table and don't look at them, you will not do well, okay? If you complete the study guides, you will do very well. The last 2 pages are student support. It's about diversity, academic honesty, accommodations due to disabilities, the FERPA notice, resources for student parents, and then there's additional resources. The Aspire Clinic, Center for Counseling and Psychological Services, UGA Help Center, Women's Clinic, the Fontaine Center, Student Care and Outreach, and the Withdrawal and Incomplete Notice. And then there's an additional part about coronavirus information regarding face coverings, face masks, all that stuff. I currently are not wearing a face mask because I'm out here on the playground by myself with no one else. If I were to be doing this from inside the building, then I would have a face mask on. Everyone, I hope, got a face mask from the University of Georgia. You should have gotten 2 face masks. If for some reason you didn't, you can email me and we'll figure out what happened to your face mask, because if you come to campus, you're gonna need a face mask. And then, so the very last page is, this page is super important. I'll show you right here. La 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 la, can you see? Ooh, it's kind of blurry. So this is a page that you're gonna want to print off, put it in your calendar, put it in your agenda, wherever, put it in your phone, wherever you have reminders of things that you need to do. This is the most important page for that, because it has all the dates when you need to complete your quizzes by on ELC, and those are all due at 11:59 p.m. So right before midnight, but that is Eastern Standard Time. So if for some reason you go to the beach and you're in Panama City, they're in Central Time, right? So you've got to apply for that whole hour difference. If you're visiting family and friends out in California, they're 3 hours behind us, right? They're Pacific Time. So you've got to remember all these dates and times are in Eastern Standard Time. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, so it's got all the things. This year we are going to try to make it possible to do a virtual tour of St. Mary's Birthing Center. I know due to COVID-19 and all the restrictions, they would not allow a whole bunch of students to come and tour. So we're going to try to set up a virtual tour of that. And then we are also going to have several guest speakers throughout this course. One talking about what it's like to be a midwife, one talking about foods and nutrition with young children, and then another one talking about what it's like to be a parent of a child with a disability. If you want to, you can feel free to email me. If you would like to hear from maybe something else, we could try to get another guest speaker set up. If I know what you're interested in, then I can help recruit those guest speakers. I tried to leave a little bit of leeway in the syllabus for the things we have going on, just to make sure we have time to cover everything. I can be extremely long-winded sometimes. I'm gonna try to keep the lecture videos to around 30 minutes. There's gonna be several that are gonna go significantly over that though. I'm just letting you know now, especially the one where I tell the birthing story of Rochelle and then Jacob. That's about an hour and 10 minutes. Because there's a lot to talk about when you're giving childbirth. It's very exciting. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. Once again, if you have questions, please let me know. Please email me if something's not clear, if you're concerned about this doesn't make any sense. Please, please, please let me know. Because if you don't let me know, then I can't help you, right? If you let me know, I can try to help you. And if you have a question for our teaching assistant, Bill, let him know, right? He is going to be an active person in checking on ELC and seeing how the discussion posts are coming and that type of thing, okay? So we're here to help you. It's gonna be an amazing semester. I can't wait. I'm super excited. Back in the spring, it was my first time doing it. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Now I kind of know what I'm doing, so you guys are lucky, like, because last time I was just kind of winging it, right? It was a great semester, so this one I think will just be equally amazing, just a little bit different, because we'll be seeing each other via virtually. Let me know if you have questions, concerns. I'm super excited about this, and I hope you enjoy. And then check out the syllabus and print it off or do whatever you need to do so that you have this information for you. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Okay.